It's been nearly 4 months since Cornelia Reynolds discovered the unthinkable. Her 8-year-old son dead in his bedroom. Gabriel had hanged himself from his bunk bed.
He probably didn't want to say, "Mom, somebody bullying or picking on me," you know. He just didn't know how to tell me.
Reynolds spoke with our Cincinnati affiliate, WLWT, days after.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. So today I'll be talking about how bullying can affect your mental health. So most people don't realize how serious the issue is about bullying. Bullying is so common in our lives that we don't ever realize that it's happening when it does. Bullying is a deliberate and repeated behavior intended to harm, intimidate someone who is perceived as vulnerable. This behavior can manifest in various forms, including physical, verbal, social, and cyber interactions. We believe it to be something normal and everyday thing when it's not even close. Every time it happens, adults will say they're just kids, they'll get over it and they can handle it themselves, when in reality it breaks us and rips us apart bit by bit. Why should we give in to bullies? Why do we have to let them hurt and harass us physically and emotionally? Is it because we are different? Is it because we are not normal? What makes us different from the rest of them? What is normal? While we see that bullying is an action that can cause harm to people, we don't see how it affects the victim. Most people see that bullying is just like a childish behavior, like you just do it for fun, with no intention of harming the people. But for me, I do believe that bullying can have a bad impact on your mental health. While I was researching on this topic, my eyes were blown up by how bad bullying can affect your mental health, especially to the victim. I am full up in telling people how bad bullying is. Sometimes we don't even know how bad bullying is unless we see and hear it about bullying from the news, on television or radio. Bullying significantly impacts mental health by causing anxiety, depression, and long-term emotional trauma to the victims, highlighting their urgent need for effective prevention and intervention strategies. Bullying should be stopped because if we didn't take any action towards it, it will cause a huge impact on the victims and society. According to the findings from an open access scientific journal about bullying experiences before and after the transition from lower to upper secondary school by Sarah Brolin-Lefman and her team, published by Biomed Central Public Health in 2022, study finds that 57% of students in Malaysia had been bullied. In 2022 alone, by August, a total of 120 cases had already been reported, highlighting the need for urgent action to address this problem. This finding shows that the level of bullying in Malaysia had been at a concerning level. One of the most disturbing incidents occurred in 26th of June 2022 at a boarding school located in Teluk Intan, Perak, when a 14-year-old boy was beaten and tortured with a hot iron by 10 students at a boarding school for allegedly speaking to the girlfriend of one of the suspects. The victim suffered cracked back ribs, burn marks on the right back of the body, soft tissue injuries on the right calf, chest, both arms, chin, and cheek. So from here, we can see that bullying has caused many problems to the victim, and it happens just because of some misunderstanding. It makes them feel scared, frightened, and living in fear. Bullying affected the victim's mental health, and many issues can arise from that, such as anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD). Victims often experience chronic anxiety leading to panic attacks. Victims of bullying living in a state of perpetual fear, anticipating the next instance of bullying. This constant worry can lead to generalized anxiety, where the individual feels anxious most of the time, even in situations unrelated to the bullying. They have to cope with the anxiety, and the victims of bullying may begin to avoid certain places, people or situations associated with the bullying. This avoidance can limit the activities and opportunities, further isolating themselves and reinforcing their anxiety. Anxiety caused by bullying can interfere with sleep. Victims may have trouble falling asleep, experience nightmares, or wake up frequently during the night, leading to sleep deprivation and worsening anxiety. All of these could worsen their mental health. Bullying is significantly related to mental health problems. Have you ever heard the word depression? It might seem familiar, but did you know how bad it is to a person? Most people nowadays had already encountered this during the COVID-19 because all people around the world had to be locked inside their house due to the outbreak of the virus. But this kind of depression cannot be compared to those who suffered depression because they were being bullied. Bullying is an act where the person hurt or does bad things because they feel fine while doing harm to them. Yes, bullying can indeed cause depression. When someone is constantly subjected to bullying, whether it's physical, verbal, or online, it can have significant psychological effects. Bullying creates a sense of powerlessness and humiliation in the victim, leading to feeling of sadness, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Over time, these negative emotions can evolve into clinical depressions, where the person may experience persistent sadness, loss of interest in activities they once enjoyed, changes in appetite or sleep patterns, and even thoughts of self-harm and suicide. People who suffered from depression cannot sleep at night. Why? This is because they were having restless thoughts in their mind. They keep thinking about it over and over again, so that is why they cannot sleep. They also can't eat at all because they will keep vomiting everything that they eat because the feeling of depression had consumed them. These people that are suffering from depression are not only rotting in bed without taking any shower, they're also crying every single time and cannot even move their fingers because they feel so overwhelmed with depression. According to the study from an open access scientific journal about meta-analysis of the relationship between bullying and depressive symptoms in children and adolescents by Christine Hellstad and her team, published by Biomed Central Public Health in 2023, the study found that 70% of victims of bullying suffered from depression. Based on an interview in 2019, at a secondary school in Kuala Lumpur, a 16-year-old student had suffered from depression due to being bullied in school just because she did not want to give her money to them. They bullied her by pouring a pile of toilet water on her, pulling her hair, kicking and punching her in the stomach, face, and legs. Due to this, she had to be hospitalized for a week at a hospital to receive treatment for her injury. After that, she could not go to the school for more than half a year because of the trauma that she had been gone through. From the interview, her parents said that she could not eat anything for 3 months straight and only lay on the bed helplessly while staring blankly at the ceiling. She had to transfer to another school because she was afraid of meeting them again. Her parents said they could not do anything for their daughter and it made them frustrated. It is very important for the parents and people around them to recognize the signs of bullying and depression early so that appropriate support and interventions can be provided. If you or someone you know is experiencing these issues, please seeking help from a trusted adult, counselor, or mental health professional because they can make a significant difference in managing and overcoming these challenges. Depression is a very serious illness that can cause harm to the people who are suffering from it. We have to be very careful in handling these people because these people have a very fragile heart and they tend to be more sensitive than normal people due to the things that they have experienced before as victims of bullying. Those who have been bullied before are not only heavily affected only on their mental health, but can be seen through their academic performance. For someone who is an achiever, it will affect them badly. Victims of bullying often experience high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. These emotional effects can make it difficult for them to concentrate in class, complete assignments, or participate in activities, thereby affecting their overall academic performance. Victims of bullying often experience high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Bullying can also erode a victim's self-esteem and confidence. This negative self-perception can impact the motivation to succeed academically, as they may start to believe they are not capable or worthy of achieving good grades. Victims of bullying may withdraw socially and have difficulty forming positive relationships with peers and teachers. This social isolation can contribute to feelings of loneliness and alienation, which can again affect the academic engagement and performance. Some students may resort to negative coping mechanisms such as substance abuse or self-harm to deal with the stress and trauma of bullying. Based on the open access online article by How Bullying Affects Academic Performance by Learn for Life, published by Learn for Life High School Publishers team, stated that 48% of bullying victims had a downfall in their academic performance. Students who are repeatedly bullied receive poorer grades and participate less in discussions. Then they get mislabeled as low achievers because they don't want to speak up in class for fear of getting bullied. In August 2016, one student from a high school in Putrajaya said he used to be an academic achiever. I used to be the topper of school by getting straight A's for every exam that he took. But it all changed when he got bullied by the bullies of the school. It started when they called him nerdy boy and he ignored it. But then they beat him with sticks and kicked him until he passed out. Fortunately, school janitor found him and brought him to the hospital. Since then, he had never been the same. Addressing bullying effectively is crucial not only for the well-being of the individual students, but also for maintaining a positive and conducive learning environment for all students. Schools and communities must take proactive measures to prevent bullying and support victims to minimize its detrimental effects on academic performance and overall development. The emotional toll inflicted by bullying can lead to significant psychological distress, including heightened levels of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. These negative emotions can permeate various aspects of a victim's life, including their academic performance, social interactions, and overall well-being. Moreover, the trauma of being bullied can cause long-term psychological scars that affect individuals well into adulthood. Victims may struggle with trust issues, difficulty forming relationships, and ongoing mental health challenges stemming from their bullying experiences. It is very crucial for schools, communities, and parents to recognize the seriousness of bullying and take proactive measures to prevent it. Providing support and resources to victims is essential in helping them heal and regain their confidence. By fostering a safe and respectful environment for all students, we can mitigate the damaging effects of bullying and promote mental health and academic success for everyone. That's all from me. Thank you.